Hello, and thank you for tuning in to Physically Fit and Financially Free. I am so excited today. This is going to be an amazing show. The name of the show today is called The Power is in You. Our call-in number is 917-388-4667. Today we have a wonderful guest on our show. We have Alice Dahl Tyson. She is an amazing person. I'm going to tell you so much about her, and she's going to tell you about herself too. And we're going to ask some great questions that can inspire you to live your dreams. That's what we're all about, being physically fit in our bodies, in our minds, in our spirits, and also knowing that we are meant to also be financially free and not be burdened by the problems of finances. So I want to find out, first of all, is Dahl, are you on the line?
Am I on the line? Yes, I am. I'm so excited, girl. Oh, I was so happy that you asked me to be on the show.
This is so exciting. You know, the show airs on the Internet, so people all over the world can hear you. Whoever happens to be looking for inspiration, looking for things that can make them feel better, and, you know, we have the wonderful power right now to be able to give them our inspiration. So I just want to say thank you for being on the show.
Well, thank you for inviting me. I want to say that it's been a lovely day. I've had a great day thus far. I took the dogs to go take pictures for Christmas.
Baby Love, right? And that's the newest member of the family, Baby Love.
Yes, Baby Love is my little 9-month little party Yorkie. And we went out and took pictures for Santa Claus. And I was like, hey, Santa, I want to be free and out of debt and physically fit. How about that?
We're going to jump right into it. We only have 30 minutes. So we're going to cover a whole lot of stuff within that time frame. And unfortunately, I have to take a station break in the middle to acknowledge the sponsors of the show. But let's go ahead and jump into it. I want to let the listeners know that I have not met anyone like you in my entire life. You are an amazing person. You've been to just about everywhere in the world. You've done things that most people wouldn't even dream about doing or even have the audacity to do, and just in brief, this is only in brief, you are the owner of your own hair salon. You are a hairstylist, not just a hairdresser, you're a hairstylist, and I think more of an image consultant because you really help people feel really wonderful about themselves. You are a television show producer. You are a television show host. You know how to edit your own shows. You are a model. And you also have an amazing belief in the power of your inner self. So if everybody has even contemplated how much stuff I just said, tell me, how did you first start your own business and have a hair salon? Can you tell me how what inspired you and how did you get to the point where you could open your own shop?
Well, I've always wanted to work for myself. I worked for a lot of people a long time. Let's put it this way. I made other people millions, and I wanted to try to help myself. And I had to step out there on faith because, of course, with starting a business, you do have fear. But, I had to overcome that fear and just step out there on faith. And I stepped out there, and I've been taking care – well, God has been taking care of me all this time. I must say that from day to day, I never know how much I'm going to make. I just know that, God's in control, and therefore He's helped me make it through, honestly. But I had vision boards. I dream a lot. I write things down. I try to set some positive goals, and I always, try to speak positive about the things that I want and not doubt. And fear.
That's a big one.
The biggest problem with anyone wanting to have their own business or anything is the fear of it, that I might fail or this might not happen, and what are people going to think of me? But you have to get past all that, and you just have to, put yourself out there and push as hard as you can, tell people, get flyers, like wonderful talk shows like this, the radio, television, just try to do the best you can to get out there and get your business known. And do good work. Now, especially, most of all, love what you do. That's the key.
That's a big one.
Yeah, because you have to have the love. Because if you don't have the love and the passion for it, it's just not going to work. You know, you have to have the love and the passion, and then everything's easy.
So tell me about how you got into. Well, let's backtrack first because I wanted to. Before we go into what you're doing now, I want you to tell me how you got into modeling because some of your pictures are just amazing. You have pictures on beaches all over the world. You have people who have photographed you for so many publications, and I mean, and you will look slamming. I mean, you were. I mean, there were no little love handles anywhere. I mean, how did you maintain your figure throughout all the modeling, going from place to place and having to model under different circumstances?
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not always like that. Okay, what you see in the picture sometimes, you know, and that's really sweet that you say that, but, you know, they have people that put your makeup together, they have hairstylists, they have people on the side with a fan and you know, the wind from the natural wind on the beach will make you look, the tans cover up little marks.
Wow. Well, they did a great job, I'll tell you that.
But no,
your pictures are amazing.
Thank you. What I'm saying is when you see a modeling photo sometimes, people will be surprised that a lot of photographers and lighting and all that have to do with the photograph itself. I'm not saying that I don't look that way naturally, but, you know, as a woman, you know how we have those days where we gain those pounds, you know, especially on
right.
holiday, you know, and there's a lot of tricks to photography, you know, how you stand, the lighting, the makeup. It's so many things. They even touch up photos now. Back in the day when I first started, they didn't touch up photos. So what you saw is what you got. But it's still a lot to do with lighting and, you know, the typical stuff. You've taken pictures. You've been in those beauty pageants, and, you know, it's a lot with it. There's a lot with it. Like,
it is. It definitely is. But if you were to talk to some young girls out there right now who are interested in modeling, what would you tell them about how to keep their physical together? Because there's a lot of pressure right now to do things that are, I think, unethical, you know, as far as keeping their bodies together.
Well, I can tell you this. It was very hard for me in the beginning because I was considered more chunky than the real skinny, tall model, and so it was very hard for me to do print work, but I was lucky to get some of the jobs that I did get. But I do know that people now are starting to show more plus-size models, and they're starting to in with a little thickness, you know, more of a chance, and even giving models that are shorter a chance, because sometimes, you know, the real woman is buying the clothes is not tall and skinny. I mean, that's just reality. They're not.
That's reality, right.
Yeah, so that's why I created Doll's Beauty Show for the women in the community that was trying to get out there for whatever reason, whether they're too old or too short or too big or too small, whatever the case may be, they would have an opportunity to be seen. And that was my whole...
That was a wonderful segue because Doll's Beauty Show is your television show, right?
Yeah.
And how many years have you been doing Doll's Beauty Show?
Over 10 years. I was working with other people as well before I had my own show. I was helping other people produce their show, getting guests and interviewing and doing shows for other people. Then I decided, okay, it's my turn, you know. And then I wanted to, you know, share some of the people in the community that were struggling and trying to get out there and couldn't have a way to be heard or seen. So I said, okay, I'm going to create this for you guys, you know. And the reason why I did it is because a lot of times people running after the celebrities, you have to go through agents, you have to go through all this to even get to the celebrity. I said, no. My stars are the people in the community that are doing great things. And that's what I wanted to highlight.
And your show is more about not only the outer beauty, but the inner beauty as well, right?
Oh, definitely, because it's not about how you look. You know what I mean? My show is about what are you doing with your look.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's so many beautiful people out here, but you have to have more than that to offer. You know, looks they're okay and everything, but that's not everything.
Mm-hmm.
What are you giving back? How are you giving back? What is your purpose? What is your meaning for life? You're going to hear a cat in a minute. My cat just came.
The cat can get on the interview. It's fine.
That was just but anyway.
So tell me, like, you know, you make it, you know, you've been doing this for a while, and just listening to you, it makes it sound so easy. You know, oh yeah, I modeled and I opened up my own business and I had a TV show. These are amazing things that, you know, your average person hasn't done before, or has done one of maybe the many things that you mentioned. Tell me a little bit about some of the places that you've been and visited.
Right, but I wanted to tell you when you were saying I make it seem easy.
Yeah, only because you it seems like you've been doing it for so long, and you are very skilled at what you do. So I mean, like, I want to let you know that it's really a lot. It's just really amazing how many things you've done. You know.
Right. But I wanted to share with you how it's really not easy. It really is not easy as people think. I mean, my very first show that I did for television, I had about 10 people as a guest, and not one showed up. And wow. I remember my first show, I was crying. And it runs the camera, Richard Tyson. He said, oh, stop crying. You know, we're going to go out here, and we're going to get a show anyway. So we went out on the street, and we just started interviewing people. And that show was really good, you know, my very first show. But I'm just saying how you're going to have some downfalls in any dream that you have. Things are going to happen, and things are going to try to keep you from, you know, trying and moving. But you have to push as hard as you can. If it's something you believe in, you have to give it your all. That's all I'm saying. You're going to have
you know, some people, I've been telling people you're going to be on the show, and somebody's called in. Hello, caller. Are you on the air?
Yes, hi.
Hi.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, when I visit my friends out in D.C., I watch your show, and it's a lot of fun. I enjoy a lot of what you do, and you know, with public access, usually it's hit or miss. That's why I like your show so much. It's like, yay! One of the good ones is coming on.
Oh, thank you. You're so sweet. But I do love what I do, and I think that shows.
It sure does. I mean, you're like so happy. I'm like, okay, I can do whatever. Maybe not, but you know.
And you really can. I always say anything you put your heart into, you really can do it.
Right. Okay. Thank you for calling in.
You're welcome. I like your show, too. I like the computer show, too.
Thank you. Now tell me some of the things that you've done on the air that, you know, I like jumping out of an airplane. Hello?
Yeah, that was fun. That was a whole lot of fun. And again, I had a little fear about that, but I did interview people before I went up in the air. I was smart enough to kind of get an idea what was going to happen before I came down.
Oh, my goodness.
It was a wonderful experience, skydiving. It really is. And, you know, I would do it again.
I can tell you that just watching that show, it gave me a lot of confidence about doing anything that I wanted to do. Because you have a TV show about beauty, and if you're doing modeling, let's say in my next pageant they say I want you to do a shoot from the air and I have fear. I think of you, and you jumped out of a plane on your show to show people that you can do it. You can, if you have the feeling about it, you can do it. I mean, was it scary up there? What did you say, 30,000 feet?
Wow, it wasn't 30,000. It was 11,000 feet.
11,000. Okay, I'm taking you up.
It's still high, especially if you don't have a parachute. Thank God for that.
Yeah.
But it was a great experience, and I really appreciated the guys. I interviewed them. They'd go up there and take people every day. And the guy that took me up there, he was on his, I think I was the 12th person that he took down. He had been up on the plane 12 times before I jumped out. And he was telling me how he wanted to go to lunch. It was every day for him. And for me, it was a scary experience, but he does that all day long. So I found it very fascinating.
That is extremely fascinating.
He's going up in a plane and taking people down all day long. I found him very fascinating. Yeah, but
you've also traveled all around the world, and I want to hear about that. But very, very briefly, I just have to mention that the show is sponsored by Tanisha Griffith. She is the real estate matchmaker. Tanisha can help you find foreclosed homes. If you're looking for homes that have been foreclosed in North Carolina and New Jersey, contact her at TanishaSellsHomes@yahoo.com. Also, the show is sponsored by Achieving Excellence, the creators of the Not Boring Study Skills Workshop. Call for a free information packet on workshops for your high school or middle school students, 888-851-0577. We also want you to be a partner with us in our community Facebook page. Facebook is amazing. We have a wonderful page that has simple workouts, financial articles, and you have the opportunity to meet other people of like interests. In the upcoming weeks, we're going to have other giveaways. JK Global is going to be giving away some free products. I told you that last time we were talking, but we definitely got a confirmation on that. And last but not least, we want you to make this show your favorite. When you go into Blog Talk Radio and you go into Physically Fit and Financially Free, click on the little heart, and that heart says you want our show to be your favorite, and that will help our ratings, and that will help us be able to give you this great information a whole lot more. Last but not least, submit me a friend request. I'd love to be your friend, and I wanted to let you know about all of the wonderful ways that you can be financially free and physically fit. Back to our show. The show is called The Power is in You, because that's where everything starts, from your inner power. And very briefly, I wanted to just simply recap. We're talking to Alice Dahl Tyson, the entrepreneur, hairstylist, owner of her own hair salon, television show producer, television show host, editor, model, and the list just goes on and on and on. And in addition to being able to have your television show locally, you also have gone all over the world. Can you tell our listeners some of the countries you've been to?
Yes, I've been to Asia, Africa, North Africa. I just recently went to Labadee, Haiti. I did a cruise on the Oasis of the Seas, and that was really nice. I went to Costa Maya and Cozumel, and I went to Alaska this year, did a little dog sledding, and took a helicopter ride up in the glaciers, and I rode an ostrich in Curacao, and I got in with the sharks in St. Thomas, and I ate iguana soup in Curacao. So, I try to, live out some of these dreams, that I have. I have a little bucket list.
So that's what life is for. What about Russia? You left Russia out, all the places in Europe?
Oh, yeah, I did Russia. I visited Russia. That was really nice. And I did Sweden and Germany, and I've been a lot of places all over the world, Jamaica, Bahamas, lots and lots of places. But I really love the most about traveling is learning the culture. But what makes me sad sometimes is when I see a lot of poverty in these countries, And it's just really sad, you know, when you see a lot of things in the country, you know, that doesn't happen over here. Like people don't have pens and paper to go to school and books and things like that. Those things make me really sad when I travel. But I love the culture. I love the food and meeting lots of people. That is fun. Lots of fun.
Well, you know, the other thing is being that you have your own business, you can take 3- and 4-week vacations when you decide you're going to do that.
Well, it doesn't always work that way. I wish it was like that.
But your vacations are definitely longer than most. I can say that.
But one thing about having your own business, a lot of times people think you can just up and go. I guess it depends on what kind of business you have, but a lot of times I have to work. You know, there's a lot of times I have to turn down things because I can't. You know, I have to be at work. You know, but it's some pluses about being an entrepreneur, but it's a lot of times you're working 24 hours. You know, you're constantly working. Oh, there goes Lucky.
Now we have only 8 minutes left in the show. Can you believe all that time went by that fast? And I wanted to make sure that we touched on what I believe is the most intriguing thing about you is that's different than a lot of people, and that is your belief in the inner power and how that is pretty much how that catapults everything that you do.
Yeah. But I do believe there's something out there that's so much greater than us, and that, you know, it's okay to be in tune with your spiritualness and, you know, live in the now. You know, you can't always go back in the past and fix things, and the future is not promised to us, but I always feel now is more important than anything, and that's Eckhart Tolle. And Eckhart Tolle, I, read his book, and it was very good. The Awakening, I know you know about that.
Yeah.
And, I love to listen to a lot of motivational speakers and self-help, and we both have Les Brown as our friends on Facebook. But it's nice to have, I think a coach, a life coach, and that helps. Someone that's going to motivate you and stay around positive people, because you're not going to have everybody that agrees with you. You're not going to always have everybody that's going to help you, but stay around the people that do. Keep around the circle of people that have the same dream as you, and they want to see you make it. And I feel that helps too. Around positive people.
So tell me about the vision boards, because that all has to do with the same intangible force, I'll say. Tell me about your vision boards and how you think they've helped you, or what they've done for you.
Well, I've had all kinds of methods that I've tried. But when I was 16, I wrote what I was going to do in 5 years, then what I'm going to do in 10 years, and what I'm going to do in 20 years. And, what's weird was at 16, my dreams weren't as big as they are now. And I went back and I looked at it, and I was really surprised how my dream – oh, the phone is ringing. But how my dream – I know, we'll ignore that. But how my dreams have become – bigger. And when I look back at when I was 16, I realized my dreams, I had accomplished majority of them.
Wow.
That's
amazing. And you wrote them down. That's the big thing.
Right. I wrote them down when I was 16 years old, and then I looked back on them, and I said, oh, wow, I got the car, I got the house. You know what I mean? I visited these countries and these places, and now I have my own studio, maybe not a big, huge hair salon, but I have my own hair studio. And I said to myself, wow, this is deep, because a lot of the things that I wanted at 16 I accomplished. And then I said, okay, I'm going to start off with a little dream, just a little one, and see if I can do that. And then when I did that, I X'd that off and said, oh, wow, I made it to that. I can do this. And I just keep growing. and I keep growing, but I stay focused, and that's a lot of things. A lot of times people don't stay focused, and you have to stay focused in order to achieve, because if you get so caught up in so many other things, you'll never get there, you know, and a lot of times, you know how it is, we get busy with life, things in life happen, and it tries to deter us from our dreams. But you just have to, you know, stay focused and believe. And I believe they'll happen. They'll happen. You know one of my dreams, right?
Oh, yeah.
I auditioned.
Oh, yeah.
I auditioned this year for our own network.
Now, can you tell me about, you didn't have the average audition. You were out there. You went online with all those people, and you got picked out of all those people to come backstage with the producer. Hi.
You know what? That was nothing but faith. That was really nothing but faith, honestly, because you know, it was just something. I prayed really, really, really hard. But the positive thing again, I got there at 3 a.m. because we didn't have to be there till 8, but I wanted to get out there. It was dark when we were out there, and I was interviewing people. I pulled out my camera, and I started interviewing people, and there was so much talent out there in New Jersey auditioning for Oprah. It was a lot of competition, and I was so busy interviewing people, I forgot to stay in line. Walking past me, Marlene. They were walking past me, and I'm saying, oh, my gosh, I'm supposed to have been first in line to be seen. Now I'm number 400 because I was so busy trying to interview people to hear, you know, their dreams and their goals, and they were wonderful. They were wonderful. It was a lot of competition out there, a lot of people, you know, but I'm going to tell you something, Marlene. I have a show. And if I could just get to the right people, I would share it. But it has never been done before. And I'm not talking about what they see on my public access show, okay? What I'm trying to offer is something so big. But I can't share it only because I don't want someone to steal it or hear it. And the next thing you know, they run with it. Because I have a show. When I tell you, Marlene, I have a show that I would love to put on Oprah's network. It is so awesome. It is. And every person that I've shared it with is not in television, but hopefully they don't know someone in television. But I have something to offer her that I think she would love. I really do. But I couldn't even share it at the audition. I shared a little bit of it, but I couldn't share it all because there was too many ears around. And I said, oh, no, I don't want anyone to run with this.
Wow. This is amazing. This is amazing. Well, you know what? Hopefully, you know, I'm going to put the power of intention out there that Oprah listens to this show and she hears your passion and your desire and the fact that your producers saw what you were doing out there at the audition and pulled you in the back. And, you know, we only have a minute left to the show, so I don't even have time for you to finish the story about how you went back there. And they personally interviewed you out of all but what I would like is, in this last 60 seconds, I want you, being that you do have a whole lot of things to offer the listeners, tell me how they can see you, how they can access your show, how they can get in touch with you, you know, if you would like to do that. The time is now. You can go ahead and do that.
Yes. I'm on public access CTV, in PG County. I'm also on DC TV, and I'm in Montgomery County. But you can always go to my website and check out some clips of my show. It's www.dollsbeautyshow.com. Again, www.dollsbeautyshow.com. And you can also reach me on Facebook under Alice, ALICE, Doll, DOLL, Tyson, TYSON. And I would love to Facebook friends with people and meet people. And you never know, I might share their story on Doll's Beauty Show. I would love that.
Okay, great. We've run out of time. Thank you so much, Doll, for coming on the show. I love you, girl. You're so wonderful. You're such an inspiration. God bless you, and I'll talk to you soon, okay?
And thank you to the guests that called in. That was so sweet. Keep calling in, y'all.
Okay. Good night.
Good night.